For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. The America first, we're all.
You know, this is the Who's. Wow, are there any? You got a goose in there?
Oh, a guitar. That's
No
so
goose. Dang it!
stupid.
I am out. All right, folks. Geno wants us. And first of all, Paul, thanks for sending so many videos. These are great. Geno, thanks for. So, folks, we're going to do this thing that Geno wants to do. This is yours.
Yeah.
This is Trump's tweet.
I don't think it's mine. We talked about this off screen. Like, this is the Who's greatest hit. This is
pure Trump.
This is the number one wonder of the world of all Trump. If you love Trump, and we do, and you love, and I talked about it earlier, the way he talks, another way he breaks the left, or he breaks the typical politician, is he talks like a person that's lived a life, because he has.
Yeah.
This is how and all his tweets are how normal people talk, but this is literally like, you're welcome. Let me say two words that you haven't given me the chance to. You're freaking welcome.
Yeah.
So let's read this, and then and then I'm gonna tell you something I read about it. But I've said this before. I'm an idiot, but it is a straight line of more shit Trump does playing 3D chess.
I love this. All right, let's put that up there, boys, if you don't mind, please. This is a Trump tweet. Look at this. Now, who does the best Trump impression? Probably you, Geno.
No, I don't do it in China. I don't.
I'm not
All of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz or the gates of Hormuz, every China kid, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran. I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from the U.S. We have plenty. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Go to the Strait and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Get your own oil, President DJT. Wow, Daddy's home, and he is pissed. Geno, what do you got to say about this?
This is how a man talks to another man who he's trying to help.
Yes.
Okay? Because this I said about the beginning of the Iran war. It's like they're out of missiles. They're out. They can't do anything. Trump said the war's over. It depends how you define war, because if you define it how it has been for the past 3 centuries, 3 millennia, then it's over. A war is not, I just bombed the shit out of your country, and I'm going to run out in the backyard and rip out your flowers in the Straits of Gay Hormuz. That's not a war. That's being a little bitch. Okay? And then once you beat them and the other guys are like, yeah, all right, now do this. And it's like, well, they're shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. And he's like, well, we don't want to piss off anybody. So Italy wouldn't let us land. And he's like, now we'll help. Let me explain how Trump's playing 3D chess. Okay? You know what this might affect? The Ukrainian war. And I'm just going to tell you what I read. Okay? Because I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people over there in Europe get their oil from Russia.
Yeah.
And now, since the Strait of Hormuz, and since the strait is shut down and they don't want to do any of their own work, right now, they're telling the Ukraine, who they had the back of, like, could you stop bombing Russia? Because we need their oil. And not only that, now all the people are getting pissed because the leaders of Europe, the leader of Germany, the leader of the UK, the leader of France, the leader of Australia, all had to give this speech yesterday to their people saying, look, we're going to go into the Strait of Hormuz now, and without saying, and do it ourselves, because Trump yelled at us. They're like, so now all the people are getting pissed. And you know what else the UK did yesterday? They tweeted that we're done with this Orwellian, although they didn't use that word. We're done with this Orwellian shutting down people on hate speech, because we need, and they shut down, and they're going after the groomers there, and let's go to France. They're like, all right, well, we really need to cut back. And they literally use the word ration, and now they're all freaking out. Meanwhile, now, and they're all telling the Ukraine, stop bombing Russia. And now that they're not going to help Ukraine anymore, Zelensky's like, hey, can we speed up the peace talks? Because of TRUMP. You're welcome.
He was like the guy, you've ever been in a bar brawl and there's next thing you know, there's 4 guys beating the daylights out of you. You get outside and your friend who doesn't have a scuff or mark, his shirt is perfect. And he goes, we should go back in there and get them. My eyeballs dangling.
What were you guys getting all feisty about? They were going to kill you, Geno. Paul, I don't know.
And you got to be thinking right now, Ukraine and the globalists and all the EU people are like, maybe we shouldn't have blown up Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah.
We could be
Wow.
using that right now. You know, like that this is a massive assault on Lloyd's of London, on the
Yep.
Bank, of England, the city of London. I mean, that's an entity that has kind of been the middleman to all of this, and they're the ones who provoked. Listen, you want to get Russia to go haywire? Okay, infringe on their border like you said you wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, so let's poke the bear, and what did you expect them to do? So they got what they wanted, and now Trump's like,
Yeah,
you're
we don't
out.
need
You're on your own. And he said he eventually said, I'm going to go in, take care of Iran, do what I'm supposed to do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So now he gets
I'm
to
not
cut
wearing
guys
any
with-
pants, but Max Loads wears the pants on this podcast. How are you, big brother? Welcome. Welcome to In Hot Water, where if BK's here, you'll be happy to know I got the backdrop right ahead of time. Have a good Friday. Thank you, St. Ranger. How are you, big brother?
Good. Happy. Happy Good Friday. I mean, that's an oxymoron there, but yeah, it's actually beautiful here, which is rare for a Good Friday.
Yeah, but you say that every time you walk outside and see only white people. You're like, oh, it's beautiful here. I was driving through Vineland. It got really dark. What were you getting? Lunch? Well, that's weird, Pete. That's weird. How you doing, buddy? What a week to be a goddamn American. Let's open with, and please, so much. Like I got to tell you, the two things, like that thing I pontificated about. I can't believe I just started reading this. It's hilarious because it's two of my favorite things. One of my old roommates, Crazy Broad sent it to me years ago. And you know, like you get emails and you just never get around to reading them and delete them, you know? It's called, you ready for this? Coffee and COVID. And it's just a daily email where the guy just talks like fucking you do, you know, and people that pay attention. So it was really interesting to read all that. It's in my mail. I could read it to you, but
I can turn the fan on.
well, yeah. So it's good stuff. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So again, it's fascinating stuff. And the other place I've been getting my intel from, and Pete, I'm cracking up because we just did the show. We fucking love them, like the Drinking Brothers, right? The Drinking Bros. Forget it. When I say Drinking Brothers, I think of Chicken Brothers. But the Drinking Bros podcast, like I never realized how much they kind of mirror on a much higher plane, much higher level. Us, because D'Anthony Holloway knows his shit, you know, and Ross is just stating his opinions, what he thinks, trying to keep up. And I'm listening on the walk in from Jumping Rope because trying to get the weight down. And like Dan's like you, he's talking, he's on a roll. He's like, and Holloway goes, what do we get from Russia? He says something, and Dan's like talking about what we get from Russia. He's like, well, what do we really get from Russia? And Dan's like, Josh Holloway's like vibrators. And he just keeps talking. Like, why are you interrupting me? Speaking of interrupting, Pete, didn't mean to interrupt you while you try and get the Phillies on, I guess. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's the TV decided to work different today than every other day. I don't know.
To work differently? It should be working differently?
A lot of things working
Because
differently.
you know what you do? You speak a different language than English. Did you know that?
I speak
Pete?
American.
Okay, whatever.
Thank
What do you
you.
got going on there, Pete?
Nothing. I was looking to get the Phillies on. That's why they don't start for a little bit. No,
They scored at 4-10 against the Rockies. We'll be fucking wetting our beak a little bit on that
there's
fucking
nothing.
game.
There's nothing I have going on here other than it's a beautiful day, and that's it. So I've been looking through the chat here. I've been looking through the chat,
Big brother.
but all the stuff about Trump. But before any of that, the big thing this week was the Supreme Court hearing. This is actually Easy Street Consiglieri's old TV. It's fantastic out here. Yeah.
Do you have a colored? That's pretty good. Speaking of it, do you have a colored TV? Is that the problem? Yeah, it stole itself. Good setup, Easy Street. Good setup.
In listening to that Supreme Court case, you realize that things are just out of hand when you have Supreme Court justices just making stuff up to try and keep something that is just in no way the intention of the Constitution or the people who wrote the amendment. And
you're talking about the ruling in Colorado about counseling
no, I'm not. No, pay attention.
Birthright
I'm talking about
citizenship?
the birthright citizenship case that they just heard on Wednesday, which was April Fool's Day and was very appropriate.
Every
Because
time Ketanji Brown Jackson talks, you got to check the calendar. Am I right?
I mean, it was just ridiculous what these justices, how they're trying to twist themselves around to say, yes, the United States Constitution grants rights of citizenship to people who are living in every country around the world as long as they can get here and drop a baby. They totally disregarded the fact that clearly in the 14th Amendment, okay, clearly, and Alito pointed it out, and Clarence Thomas pointed it out, people who apparently know how to read the Constitution and look at the arguments that were made at the time, they clearly pointed out there was some sort of domicile needed or expected, a legal residence needed or expected in the U.S. before you get legal citizenship. It was clearly, specifically for the children of the freed slaves, clearly, without question. They actually had to have court cases to give Indians the rights of birthright citizenship because they were not from this country, yet they were born here. It's ridiculous. It is absurd to think that the Supreme Court of the United States is going to make a ruling because they rule on constitutionality, whether something is in the Constitution, if it is a constitutional right, if the law is or the executive order is in line with the United States Constitution. So they're going to rule that yes, it is in line with the United States Constitution that you can come into this country illegally or pay to come in just to have a child, and that child becomes a United States citizen with all the full rights and benefits of the United States. If that's what is in our Constitution, fine. If that's what they're going to say, clearly it's not. It's ridiculous. It's just absurd on its face. But like somebody famous once said, this is what you got. So if you listen to that case and you heard...
Speaking of going absurd on someone's face, how's the wife, Pete?
Fine. But that was the biggest thing this week. Because that affects the country.
Thank you, Joey Dago. It's brutally stated.
Yeah. It's just anybody who would find that different is just a liar, or they don't understand the Constitution, or they can't read. Any of the three. And by the way, it looks like it's probably going to come down, God forbid, it's 6-3 against Trump. Against the American people. God forbid it's 6-3 against the American people. Probably be 5-4 at this point against us. But again, people say, try not to make too much out of the oral arguments. But it was, listening to that, you would think you're in a different world. The crazy crap they were trying and contort to get it to mean, oh yeah, the founders and the people who wrote the 14th Amendment, they always meant that if you could just get here from anywhere in the world and drop a baby, yeah, that baby would be a full citizen, and then you could stay to live with your child at some point. It's ridiculous. And I love they mentioned some congressman, I think Con Nast or something, who was an Irish immigrant, and supposedly he was like, oh yeah, we want more people to come. Absolutely. No. It's all bullshit. It's ridiculous. And if you watched it, you know, and now we get to wait and see how it goes. But that was the main story of the week for me, without question, because it affects everything.
Well, I'm told, I will say two things. One, and I'll give props to Holloway, he said it perfectly. If anyone that believes that horse shit, right? My words, not his words, like, you should be able to, you should go up to someone's home, have a baby on their front step and be like, I live here now. Sorry, but that's how it works. What? I gave birth on this property, so I'm a legal resident of it now. I'm sorry if that's oversimplified, but I think that really drives it home. It's like, no, I live here now. And am I wrong to say, like, just the gibberish? Ketanji Brown Jackson, she compared being born here to stealing a wallet or something. Did you hear her response on it? It was ridiculous. And you know, I have some concern. Smart Alex, don't worry. I think
your right to order whores from other countries is protected. I don't think they addressed that. I didn't hear that come up the other day when they were making the arguments. Good
What
for
is
you,
happy
Gene.
sock? I don't even know what that is.
Good
I
for
came
you.
in my sock. I think this
Yeah,
cigar
I mean-
shot.
I mean, one of the concerns, one of the sour who was arguing for the United States citizens, I'll just say it that way, because the person from the ACLU, that woman was not. She was, and I posed this, Easy Street Consigliere, he's a full-fledged lawyer. Full-fledged, 100%. He's a lawyer. He does law. He is a legitimate lawyer as anyone else admitted to the bar in this country. So I presented him with, when they wouldn't hear the cases during the election in 2020, it was all because they said they didn't have standing, which means the people bringing the cases couldn't show any harm. You have to be able to show harm to get a case heard, right? So Trump's executive order says moving forward, if you're born here from an illegal, you don't get birthright citizenship. Moving forward, that means everybody who got in is good. It doesn't go back to them. They're grandfathered. They're not affected. Okay? He said, moving forward. So I ask you, the only people who have standing are unborn children of illegal immigrants. How the hell do you make a case for someone who's not born yet? There's no standing to bring this case. You don't have anyone who's been done any harm. The people who did it already, the executive order doesn't affect them. The people who will do it in the future, it would affect them. How do you bring a case? At least wait until somebody has the child, then bring the case. But right now, there's no harm been done to anyone. So, how do you even get standing? How's this case even get heard? Shouldn't have even been heard if you go by no standing. Clearly, you're telling me the population of the state of Texas, okay, and the other 25 states that sued because of the other 5 states who screwed with the election, they actually said, yeah, we're affected. We're going to have the wrong president because of the way these people ran the election. They're like, yeah, that's not standing. You having the wrong president, that's not any effect. It's unfriggin' believable. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can go now.
Oh, Pete, I had nothing to add to it other than, is it fair to say, and I talk about this all the time, how they try, like, people aren't educated. They're taught to say, please fucking govern me harder. And the left tries to take control of words. So when they give a word salad like that, they're just like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Because they can't think for themselves. So even when they do know the words they're saying, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, all right, yeah. But when they don't, they're like, yeah, I trust them, because they don't want to admit that they're fucking stupid. Is that a fair point?
Again, I would just ask, like you said, I know you simplified it with you show up on somebody's doorstep, have the baby, and say, I'm living here now. It is, that is very simplified, and people hate simplification. But that's about as complex as it is. People are coming in without any proper verification, right, or anything, not following the law, having a kid, and being rewarded with United States citizenship. Just insane.
Do tell.
Johnny Clare, it's hurtful talk about the Porky, but yes, I am at major rotundity. You are correct, but do I think the 2020 election was stolen? You see, stolen's loaded language, Johnny. Do I think that mail-in ballots?
Whoa! You didn't say Porky. It's like Simon Says. How do I know you're reading Johnny Clare's? All you read was, do you think the 2020 election was stolen? Porky.
No, I addressed what I am.
He's a comedic writer. Give him credit. That's why you can't deliver his lines.
Well, Johnny,
push-ups is Porky.
Okay.
But here's the funny thing. You understand. I'm not putting it on you, but you do understand. Pete didn't have any trouble believing he was indeed Porky.
Yes, Johnny. Johnny, I appreciate you referring to pork chops, but I am trying to lose some weight. And I feel like when I'm on here, I look like I have a friggin' head like a Rottweiler. But, the 2020 election, do I believe it was – you're asking push-ups, so I don't have to answer. So But they clearly
It was not valid. How about what our boy Smartass Al said, Clang? It was It was
here's
not.
the thing.
It was not a valid election. Stalin, I know what you mean. He's a great leader. Implies a coordinated effort, a conspiracy. Even Johnny's comedic genius was unintentional. God, I fucking love the Friday Gang. Go on.
No, so I was
Hey,
just going to say,
Lindsay. I don't know who
Johnny,
you are, but I love that little poochie. Go on, Pete. I'm sorry.
Johnny, here's the problem with that election, and there were many. One, they counted votes for a week after the election. That's not supposed to happen. By the way, I believe the Supreme Court heard a case earlier this month, and I believe they are going to rule that you are not allowed to count ballots after an election anymore. So that will help.
Pete, that was in Mississippi, right? Aren't you proud of me? They wanted to give them up for 5 fucking days.
I think the case, it came out either Mississippi or Missouri, one of those M states.
It was Mississippi because it's in a very red state. Although I guess Missouri is as well.
Big fat Pete, real nice.
Much like Maxine's vagina on a Monday morning, it's in a very red state.
So yeah, I get. Oh my God.
Wow.
So yeah, that election, so hopefully in the upcoming elections, you won't be able to count votes after election day. So even if you have the mail, and by the way, I love the people immediately. So Trump simply makes an executive order that any ballots that go out have to be, lack of a better word, traceable or accounted for. So he said, yes, states can freely use the United States postal system to send out ballots. However, any ballot that's sent out, the envelope or whatever will have a barcode on it. And when that ballot comes back in, the barcode will be there. So you know ballot sent out, ballot returned. And you'll know it was gone to the right place. Immediately, people have a problem with that. And I guess the problem is because the United federal government said, we're going to send the post office a list of registered voters.
Pete, you want me to look professional? Pete, look at this. Keep talking, Loads. Watch this. Go, Pete, go.
He said, the federal government's compiling a list of eligible voters, which is how it should be. So you can't send out ballots willy-nilly. And that's the thing, too. Like,
I'm going to interrupt you again. Can you see this?
Yes.
Look at it. State builds and maintains mail-in. There it is.
You got to make it bigger, though.
Mail-in absentee participation list of eligible voters. United States Postal Service receives list, assigns unique, intelligent, 2 things I am not. Mail barcodes. Oh, bar I got. Ballots mailed in official election mail, automation-compatible envelopes with barcode. Post office scans and tracks envelopes in transit. Ballots arrive at local election office receipt. Records envelope metadata stored 5 years for DOJ IG review, stage 6 recording archive. Is that what you're saying, Max? Just trying to break it down for you,
yeah,
brother.
That's it. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
Good setup, Pete. Smartass Alice is right. Willy-nilly has a right to vote just like the rest of us, Pete. Are you saying willy-nilly running again? I don't know. These guys are great. Go on.
Willy-nilly off the list. Another one.
Nilly is off the list. On In Hot Water, I would always say Nilly, Willy. I don't know why, but I will. Go on.
Yeah, by the way, so at any rate,
no
yes.
argument there, Lindsay. No argument. Go on, big
And
brother.
by the way, the other one, Gav House, he's right. Like, how is it possible? And I wish Trump, when he went on the other night, would have said, look, 87 million people voted for me. I won the 7 swing states, and here's the things I ran on. And I'm trying to get it done. And then say, like this guy said, 87% of people want voter ID. I ran on that. The people who voted for me want that. I'm trying to get that. What is going on in the House and Senate? What did they run on? You got to hold those people to account. How the hell do you have 87% of people want it across socioeconomic backgrounds, race, gender? It does not matter. Almost 90% of the country wants it. At most, you should only have 20% of Congress voting against it. Maybe 30%. How do you get more than half saying, yeah, I know 90% of people want it, but we don't? You can't have it. You can't have it. So
They come over, they're commiserating. I can't have that. I can't have that. Well, are they? Well, here's the concern, and it all gets back to the Iran war. And I'm curious what you think about that thing I read, where like the domino effect of the Iran war. It really is fascinating. I'm sure Johnny Claire has something to say about that, because just this week, just on what was it, on Wednesday, like after Trump said, "Go get your own fucking oil," which is it free? Is it fair to say? Not fair. I'm asking. That is my favorite Trump tweet, truth, whatever you want to call it, of all time. Would you agree? Or I would argue, if it's not, what one jumps to mind before that? Because that leaps over every single one. Because that's how you talk to a dude like, I'm trying to help you. It's teach a man to fish, get a kid a fish, right? Gav House loved it. Thank you, Gav. What?
I love that. That's fantastic. Now I've made it. That would be unbelievable. That would be unbelievable. Could you? Okay. So at any what I was going to say about the what do you call it? Our excursion into Iran. I did like that tweet or truth because he put it out there on his thing, Truth Social. I did like that. I would like to hear what people from Europe have to say about it. I will say I do wonder, like, because the price of oil and gas for our cars or whatever, according to Trump, we don't get any oil. We don't need the oil coming out of the Gulf of Hormuz. We don't need that, which I get that. That's fine. So then why are our gas prices here going up? Just because they can, and gas stations are see, there's going to be a shortage. Well, there's going to be a shortage of people who get their oil from the Strait of Hormuz, but not the United States, because we get all ours here. But there's I guess, global market for oil, and if other countries start buying their oil from us, then there will be less here, and I can see our prices going up. So I'm still waiting on the price, because I don't know that, Congress doesn't do anything. So I don't know if Trump can issue, an executive order. Gas prices in this country have to be kept at, below $3 a gallon before any gas could be sold elsewhere. I think Nixon did something like price freezing or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, again, like, well said, Gavin. I'm in the UK. And
wait a minute.
Questions from Max, and we can't stand our government so much, and so much support here for Trump. We should have been with you in this war, and that's why he said, and I want to read this because it's just so fucking delicious. All those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like your UK, Gav, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from us. Buy from the U.S. We have plenty. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Go to the Strait and just take it. They're right. Just take it. Fucking, you'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself, the USA. And this, to me, is a prelude to fuck the UN. It really is. It's really like, we're not there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran's been essentially decimated. Hard part is done. Get your own oil. And anyone that's like, oh, 2 planes got shot down today. Yeah, and all 3 fucking pilots, knock wood, are fine. 2 are fucking back, and 1 fucking is made contact, and he's in Israel. Apparently, I haven't gotten complete confirmation on that. But that's not a war. That's not a war when you shoot a plane down. And it's like they're having a keg party because they shot a plane down and nothing came of it, because unlike their fucking missiles, we have plenty more where that came from. Am I wrong?
No, I don't disagree with that, and I just want to be clear.
This is what you deserve to live in the world you're living in.
All right,
it's where you deserve. My opinion. Go on, Loads.
I just want to be clear, because he had on there, you can't get angry at Trump, whatever. I didn't say I was angry about the high gas prices here, because as of now, it could change, but as of now, Johnny and everybody else, I'm 58. Since I was in 8th grade, that's when they took the friggin' hostages. That's when Iran took the hostages. And they've been effing with the United States ever since. And I don't just discount the last 47 years and all the BS that's gone on. So I have no problem. My tax money going towards what's going on in Iran, that is a good use of my tax money. I have no problem with it. I have no problem paying the higher gas prices for a while right now. Okay, now
I say that I'm going to interrupt you, and I've said that for weeks now. It's like I'm just getting all my taxes finally taken care of, thank God. But it's like such bullshit. Like I told you, I had to pay $800 for some Obama bullshit thing. You know what I mean? And it's like when I pay every extra gallon for gas, that's an extra clitoris for some Iranian girl. That's fucking, one step closer. Fucking people in Miami are to moving back to Cuba. Fucking, it's great. And you know what that extra dollar is for. Back to you, Pete. Is that, by the way, shout out Steph. Hi, Geno. Hi, Max Loads. Go on, Pete.
Hi,
Steph.
Steph.
Steph got new tits this week, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said, what size do you want? She goes, I want the Max Loads.
Did she
got it?
Did she pay for it for all the money she made off gambling with you?
We just missed. Were you there when she picked between the beach and the woods, the beach and the show? Fucking the Magic just missed covering, but it was still good. And she picked 27 for the number, Dad's number. I thought we had it. Go on, Pete. You were talking about the dollar as well, saying, I don't mind. Gas prices are high. I think I'm going to add one more thing, and then you go. Take it back, Pete. I think the only concern is if they don't come down, that's another problem with midterms. Go, big brother. Thank you.
Yeah, but again, I don't again, as I've told you, I'm very close. I'm 58. I got mines. I'm out. Maybe 20 years and I'm done. Maybe 15 and I'm done. You know what I mean? So all the young people, I feel bad for, but they got to fix it. They got to figure it out. And by the way, like I said to you or to our cousin Steven, I think in 3 to 5 years, things could be unbelievably great in this country, maybe the Western world as well. I do. If the Strait of Hormuz gets straightened out and oil flows freely, how is that a negative for the world? It's nothing but a positive. Okay? Nothing but a positive.
I hope so. I hope so. As long as he outlives me.
Nothing but a positive. Okay, if the United States keeps its borders shut, cleans up its voter rolls, and has legitimate elections, nothing but a positive. Okay, nothing but positives. All right? It helps our economy and everything else. Nothing but a positive. That's right, Easy Street. That's right. And nobody gave it to me. I went and got it. There, you can use GOTZ twice. You know what I mean? So that's what everybody's got to do. And if you don't want to look at it that way and you're just going to see, well, the straits are going to be shut down forever, who's shutting them down? And by the way, I want to ask the chat, what is the purpose of the UN? We have a situation right now. You have a situation right now where the Strait of Hormuz is shut down, and I guess half the world can't get oil that it needs to power their countries. How is that not a UN responsibility to open it up? How is that? How is it the United States pays money to NATO? France won't even let us fly over their territory. Why should the United States still be in NATO? These NATO countries won't let us use their bases. So is it just, well, when there's a problem over here in Western Europe, the United States better come over and save our ass. But when you're trying to do something for the betterment of the world, no, you handle it. It's ridiculous to me. And I don't know how you could see it any other way. The United States is taking on Iran and everything. They are trying to solve the problem that was created there. Why wouldn't NATO help? They need the oil. Is it because most of Western Europe, I can say most, is it because there are countries in Western Europe now that have an inordinate Middle Eastern
this
population?
Is worth Johnny Claire, shut up yours. No, this is what happens when you're broken and you get spoiled with people fucking taking care of you, and then you're just broken. And you're so liberal, like, yeah, come in, ruin my fucking country, and like, oh my God, and don't speak badly until fucking the Straits of Hormuz are fucking collapsing. And then when they're like, what do we do? Go get your own oil. And then this is what your pussy fucking leader Starmer does. He's like, I better stop pissing people off. Police time will no longer be wasted investigating legal social media posts, freeing up officers to patrol the streets and tackle real crime. By scrapping non-crime hate incidents, we're balancing the protection of vulnerable communities while protecting free speech. You understand? Your leader admitted he's a cunt. Am I wrong, Peter? Did not Starmer just say, wow, I'm a fucking gutless cunt? I
will say this. Obviously, from what I see.
That's a yes.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, from what I say about Starmer, he's useless and a piece of shit. But I don't care. He doesn't run this country, so I don't care. And I would just say, you're right. Somewhere on there, what was in that chat? Well, it was in the chat here. Somebody said Johnny, they weren't a direct threat. Yeah, maybe Iran was not a direct threat to England. That's possible. I don't know. I don't live in England. Perhaps they were not. But Donald Trump, through the information he was given, determined that Iran was a threat to the United States and its interests. So he went after them. He's right. It has nothing to do. You're right. Europe had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? But that's what happens when you have a superpower, the United States, who's going to take care of something that affects them, and then all the collateral damage is those other countries. You know what I mean? So you're right. Maybe England didn't see Iran as a threat. They didn't have to. You know what I mean? Trump saw it as a threat to the United States, and he took care of business. That's all. You know what I mean? So there's not even a reason to have an argument with it. It's just, you're right. If you're in England or one of those other countries that didn't see Iran as a threat, I see your side. You're right. Your country didn't see it as a threat, so they didn't do anything, and they're still not doing anything. Trump and the United States saw it as a threat, so they're doing something. It's not difficult. It doesn't have to be an either or. People have different points of view because of where they are. I get it. You know what I mean? Now, my opinion on Stormer, Johnny, I said either the United States or United States interest. And the United States definitely has an interest in low oil prices for the economy here to thrive. Which, by the way, today the jobs report came out here, and I don't know if you can even believe it. I'll preface it with that. But they were anticipating like 62,000 jobs to be created in the last month. And it came out, there were 170-some thousand non-government, non-farming jobs created in the U.S. Johnny, it's not to go fuck yourself. I'm just saying, I see what you're saying. I get why.
Johnny, you're banned. Because this is Pete, like, that's a lot of the rent. We're on welfare. No, I can't be bothered with guys that talk about that. This is his argument, Peter. Who pays your rent? You understand? Daddy pays his rent. Daddy pays his bills, but you're so fucking broken, you would believe a lie. That's it. They're gone. Pete, I don't have to put up with fucking people that listen. Bob Levy's a fucking cocksucking piece of shit. You know, he's another one that will do anything for money. And Johnny Clare just outed himself. Goodbye, Johnny. Goodbye. Forever. Okay. I mean it. Pete, no! I'm sorry. Pete,
okay.
Pete, is this about intelligent conversation?
Could
you imagine if Pete, we joke around, but that's a guy that literally brought the fucking pieces of shit. Pete, do I bring them up anymore?
No, I'm just, okay.
Pete, so should we try and have conversation with people that not only bring them up, but listen to them? He can't help. He's gone.
Okay. I disagree with that, for the record.
Pete, I don't give a fuck what you disagree with.
But I will say, so what did Jeff say on here? I'm sorry. The consigliere said, Johnny's asked a legit question. Well, I didn't sidestep it. I said, Donald Trump determined that Iran was a threat to the United States.
Look, Pete, I'm all about having an intelligent discussion with him, but when you talk like an asshole, you know what I mean? Like, and I've been good about getting away from these people. And again, I'm sorry if I'm a little Bob, he just continues to break my heart with his bullshit. Everything's a pro wrestling thing, and he's a sad old fucking man. But again, like, he's listening to pieces of shit. That's it. He went from an intelligent Pete. If I started quoting fucking people like Nick Rekieta and his cunt slob whore wife, wouldn't you be like, why are we talking about this? That's what I just did. Hopefully you understand. Go on.
I was just going to say, I didn't sidestep the question. Trump, with the information he had, determined that Iran was a threat to the United States and U.S. interest. I happen to agree with him. I didn't have the information, and I think he did the right thing. I don't care. Like I said, 58. It's going to affect me because I drive places and gas is going to be high. You know what I mean? So, like I said, and if gas prices are still this high in a year, that's what I said, a year, then I'll have a problem. But I got to give it, my God, we had 4 years under Biden where they were higher than this, and everybody thought it was the greatest thing. If you go back and look, Obama's Secretary of Energy wanted gas prices here like they are in Europe so people would stop using gas and stop driving. And the Democrats were all fine with that. It's ridiculous. It's $4. It's $3.70 a gallon. Okay, it's still less than under Biden. I don't care. And if it's another year, it's another year. You know what I mean? But what you're saying, because I believe in another year, the whole issue in the Strait of Hormuz will be settled and things will be better. If they're not, guess what? I'll be wrong. Wow. Like I haven't been wrong about a million other things in my life. Who cares? It's just, but that's how I look at it. And I understand other people are like, well, the price is too high.
No, I won't. Like, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you again. I'm being respectful of everyone. But when people listen to the world of lies, why are you bringing it? Don't disrespect my brother who takes the fucking time out to fucking talk to you guys to use something that stupid. And if you guys, by the way, you're free to leave. You're free to leave if you think I've ever shut down free, intelligent discussion. You're free to go. But I can't have a guy that's like that's how you know he has nothing to add. You know what I mean? Pete, I fucked your mom. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like you lose. And then it's like, you can't sit here and parse his what might be an intelligent answer. You know what I mean? With fucking his stupidity and everything he says now, I'm gonna question. So again, you could like please just then leave. But my God, a guy who brings up those fucking assholes.
By the way,
yeah,
I like Saint Ranger. They didn't actually fix things. Yes, and it's amazing he let go of
watch
the
this.
two.
No, I'm going to keep interrupting you because I'm not done with this. No, I'm like YouTube because I just banned him for actual misinformation. So there you go, Easy Street. Go on, Pete.
I love the wall too. Trump, he got rid of Kristi Noem, who is a unabashed, massive success. Borders shut down, net negative immigration, and people leaving the country at will, and ICE running wild. Tremendous success, and she's gone. But she was a tremendous success. Bondi's gone. Crime is down to an 50-year low. Again, tremendous success. And supposedly, she's won the U.S. government has won a lot of Supreme Court cases under her. So again, a rousing success, and she's moving on. And maybe, like I said, she might be moving on into the private sector with some legal firm, who knows, some private firm down in Florida who is part of this massive conspiracy case that won't be in Washington, D.C. And by the way, everybody's pissed, well, Bondi can't get anything done. Part of the problem is the legal system works where a grand jury hears evidence, okay? Well, in Washington, D.C. and that district court, the grand jury would just say, yeah, there's not enough evidence here. Cases brought by Republicans against Comey and Tish James, that's why they didn't move on.
Kilgore, you're this fucking close. I love you, but you're this close. Because you just don't fucking get it. You don't get it. Pete doesn't need, if you think I'm protecting my brother from a moron who listens to liars, then you're insulting me as well. Like, I get it.
It's not about, I guess again, it's a different way of looking at it. I don't see him listening to liars. I see him hearing what they say and saying shit to bother you. He knows you pay your rent.
No, disagree.
He knows you pay your rent.
Pete, the first time I let it go. The third time, that's it. Because he's funny. Let me compliment the late Johnny Claire. He's funny enough. Pete, whenever he put something funny in, didn't I? But when he's trying 3 times, hey, you're a faggot. You're a faggot. Hey, you're a faggot. It's like you're done.
It's fine. We just see it differently. That's all. Not a big deal.
Fuck Trump. I hate him.
Gene, it's okay. We see it differently. That's all. Oh, here we go. I love this. Trump exposes all. Wano Savon said Bondi wouldn't be there because Bush's and I don't know what that means. Bush's and Epstein. So I don't, the Wano Savon, man, that is, to me, that's gone deep. You know what I mean? That is you're in a different realm when you get into Wano Savon and the box. Nino Rodriguez has them on his show. Them to me, and I know who they are, and I've listened. That's a different, element. That is, and again, because like Bongino said, if you have the evidence, tell us. Don't say, "Oh, we're getting close. Tune into my next podcast." Oh my God, did you see the clip? And I can send it to you. So Matt Gaetz and Burchett have both come out and said that if you looked at what they saw regarding UFOs and extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings, like Tim Burton said, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Like basically, they're saying that these extra, whatever you want to call them, have been inbred with humans. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're saying.
That today on Megyn Kelly. Well,
and 5 of the scientists who were intimately involved with it have either been killed or disappeared. It's unbelievable.
That's what she said. But and they're saying, I think I don't know if they've been unalived, as they say, and by that I mean murdered. And by that I mean murdered by the pedophiles, just to make sure that, I don't use the word grape. Or they were, taken by another country. You know what I mean? Book of Enoch shit.
I didn't read the book. The Book of Enoch. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is. Haven't read it. Is it one of the books that was left out of the
feelings? Gavin House. I love Gavin, by the way. Go on.
Is that one of the books that was left out of the Bible?
See, that's funny. That's funny.
I don't,
because the winners. Who's another one? The Book of Enoch. Apparently it keeps coming up in my feed because I listen to the Neville Goddard sometimes, even though I stop because you can't tell what's actually him and fucking AI horse shit. But there's one about the Ethiopian Bible, and they hid that from us.
Supposedly,
that's what we're talking about, Caddy. We're not killed.
Yes.
We don't know killed, correct? I love that cat.
No. The one guy, okay, remember, I'm going to say, was it 6 months ago? There was that, what was the college where there was that shooting and they couldn't figure out?
All of them. By the way, thank you. Thanks for the 2. Joey Dago, I forgot we got Rubble Reds. I don't believe crime is down. Major blue cities don't report the FBI statistics anymore. Interesting. Your thoughts, Major?
Yeah, so
good job today, Joey Dago. Love you, buddy. Go on, Pete. Sorry, man.
So that one professor was at MIT, and I wish I could remember, but the brain shot out. The kid went in, and there was a shooting at. It wasn't MIT. It was a different